Hi, welcome back to my booktube channel. This is going to be my January book outlet haul. Sometimes I do get books that aren't from Book Outlet, but most of them are. There's a lot of books again. The first one, like the first half, are retellings, because you guys know I love retellings. So let's get started. The first one is Beastly. It was made into a movie. It's a really good movie. It has Mary-Kate Olsen in it. This one's basically just a modern version of Beauty and the Beast. And I haven't read the book yet, but since I love the movie, I'm pretty sure I'll like the book. Next one is Bewitching, which is, well, I guess this book starts off like a series with the same witch in it that cast the spell. So this one, it's the same witch, and it's more of her story. She's immortal because she's been alive for hundreds of years, and she's always trying to help but ends up causing problems. It's a mix of a few different fairy tales. It's Hansel and Gretel, Cinderella, Princess and the Pea, and the Little Mermaid. And then the next one is Mirrored, which I guess is the next one in the series. And let's see, this one is still involving Kendra, the witch from the first two, and there's this girl named Violet, and Kendra teaches Violet magic because Violet is apparently ugly and bullied, which sounds really harsh. And then Violet is a stepmother to a girl named Celine, who has been beautiful since birth. So Violet soon realizes that she doesn't want anyone stealing attention away from her, and then it starts causing problems. So this is a retelling of Snow White. The next one in the series is Beheld. It involves the same witch, only this one is her story of her trying to find love. And again, it's a bunch of different fairy tales mixed together. So Little Red Riding Hood, Rumpelstiltskin, East of the Sun, West of the Moon, and The Ugly Duckling. So that sounds interesting. Fun fact, I wanted to name my sister Kaylin Ugly Duckling when my mom asked my opinion on what we should name her. This was before she was born. My mom was like, what should we name your sister? And I was like, Ugly Duckling. I was kind of mean. Hi, Kaylin. Let's see. The next one is Cloaked. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. All of these are by Alex Flynn. I got a bunch of books by her, so it's gonna suck if she's not good at writing. The next one is Cloaked, which is still by Alex Flynn, but it's not in that series. This one is kind of, what I heard, it's like a parody of all the fairy tales. So a guy gets cursed and has to go on a rescue mission to rescue a princess. And so just like a retelling of all the fairy tales. I heard it was funny, so I'm hoping it'll be interesting and funny. Next one is Towering, which is by Alex Flynn again, and not in a series. It's on its own, and this is a retelling of Rapunzel. And it sounds pretty close to the same tale, or the same original Rapunzel. So hopefully there's like some kind of twist or something. The next one is Crimson Bound, which is a sequel to Cruel Beauty, which I still haven't read, but the other Cruel Beauty is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast. This is a retelling of Little Red Riding Hood. A girl was in training to protect her village, and then she goes deep into the forest, and somehow the evil that she was trying to protect her village from becomes a part of her. And so then she tries to make things right by saying she'll serve the village, and then she's given orders by the king to go protect his son, and then those two have to go find a legendary sword to save their world, and then they find a bunch of secrets and possibly fall in love. So, that sounds interesting for sure. I'm just hoping the first one is good because it's gonna suck if that one sucks, and then I bought the second one. I try not to do that, but sometimes you gotta get it when it's cheap, you know? The next one is Hook's Tale, and I guess this is from Hook's side of the story in Peter Pan, and it's an account of an unjustly villainized pirate written by himself. So I guess he's like trying to defend himself in this. I haven't really heard anything about this one. I just saw it on Book Outlet, and I thought, oh, another retelling. Time to get it. The next one is Stealing Snow by Danielle Page. She's the one that wrote Dorothy Must Die, the Wizard of Oz retelling. This one is a retelling of the Snow Queen. Her first kiss turns out to be violent because I guess she lives in an insane asylum, and the guy she kisses like turns violent somehow, and so he's taken away from her, and then someone at the like insane asylum tells her that if she can get past some iron gates to a tree she's been dreaming about, then there's a different world where it's frozen by a ruthless king. There's a prophecy that Snow will save them all. And this is Snow's story about her rise to becoming queen and then a villain. So, that sounds good. I mean, Danielle Page is a good writer so far from what I've read, so I'm hoping this will be good. The next one is All the Ever Afters, The Untold Story of Cinderella's Stepmother. I guess Cinderella's stepmother started off as a poor girl, and she had to struggle her whole life, and then finally works her way up and ends up marrying this guy, and then he dies, and you know she has to become Ella's stepmother, and it kind of explains her feelings of jealousy towards this little girl because she has it so easy in comparison to what she went through. So this is just her side of the story. I love reading like the villain side to understand them better. Okay, so those were all the retellings. The next one is Glitter by April and Pike. She also wrote Wings, which I still haven't read. So this girl named Danica witnesses the young king murder someone, and then her mother blackmails the king into marrying her daughter when she turns 18. So she has 6 months to raise enough money to escape. Her ticket out is glitter, because I guess in this book glitter is a drug that's really expensive. But I guess if you get caught, you could die, you could get killed, and it's hard to keep secrets. But it's a risk that she has to take, I guess. And I thought the lady on the front looked like Katy Perry. And plus it's about glitter. Like, it could either be wonderful, like great, or it could be just really stupid and really funny. So that's why I got it. And I love glitter. And speaking of glitter, the next one is called The Glittering Court by Rochelle Mead. I don't really understand what the Glittering Court is. I guess it's like, it's royalty or something, but I guess a rich girl poses as a servant girl because this guy is training a group of impoverished girls to become proper ladies, and then everything begins to crumble when she's found out. It sounds like the Glittering Court is where royalty is kind of forced to, or they're supposed to marry like poor people to give them a chance, like similar to The Selection, if you read that book. So I guess she would be breaking the rules by pretending to be rich if the prince is supposed to marry someone poor. I'm not sure, but I mean, again, it had the word glitter in it, and it looked pretty. So yeah, I'm hoping this one will be good. The next one is 7 Black Diamonds by Melissa Marr. A girl is half human and half fae, and there's a war going on between humans and fairies. I guess they're a group of fairies who are planted in influential families to destroy the human world from within. So I guess she feels guilty because she's half human and half fairy, and I think she's asked to be one of these fairies that are like hidden. So, and you know, I'll buy anything that is about fairies. So I'm hoping it's good. The next one is this Moral Coil by Emily Subata, where people are implanted with technology to recode their DNA to change their bodies in any way they want. I guess similar to The Bells, only more like science fiction. There's a girl who's a hacking genius, and there's a plague going on, wiping out everyone. And then there's a soldier that comes by and tells her her father has died, but before he died, he created a vaccine. But before her father died, he also told her to never listen to the group that the soldier is a part of. So she doesn't know who to trust because the soldier is asking for help. So that sounds interesting for sure. And I like the cover on this. And I haven't really heard anything about this one, but I'll give it a chance. The next one is My Sister the Vampire, Switched by Sienna Mercer. A middle grade book. A girl finds out she has an identical twin, but she's a vampire. So that sounds creepy cute, and something that's like a light read if you're in a reading slump. The next one is A Most Magical Girl by Karen Foxley. A girl's mother suddenly disappears and is put in the care of 2 eccentric aunts who thrust her into a life of magic. There's a prophecy saying this girl is to save London, but she doesn't believe in magic. So I love reading about magic and things kind of similar to Harry Potter. So I'm hoping this is good. And then there is one more book that I forgot. This last one is kind of funny. It's Stop Getting Dumped, All You Need to Know to Make Men Fall Madly in Love with You and Marry the One in 3 years or Less by Lisa Daly. Well, I get dumped all the time, so I was like, hey, maybe if I read this, I'll learn how to not get dumped. But I don't know if it'll help or not, but I mean, if anything, it'll be funny. So yeah, those are all the books I got from Book Outlet for January. I'm sure I'll have yet another book haul next month, and my next video will be all the books that I read in January. And there's one book that I absolutely loved that I read last month, so I'm excited to share that with you. So please subscribe if you like books and you have the same taste in books as me. And thanks for watching. Bye.